Welcome to the set of videos that I have compiled for a better you, for a leaner, healthier, better you. Such an easy way to do it. Such a nice system that's back to basics, that's doable, that's sustainable, that's cheap. In fact, it's so cheap it's going to save you money. So you're not only going to get healthier, leaner, use less medicines, but you're going to do it for very much less money. So what a pleasure. 3 common questions that I get asked when patients come and see me is that, one, I'm a diabetic. I'm a newly diagnosed diabetic, or I'm a diabetic for a while, and I've been handed a handful of tablets and even some injections, and I've been told that this is it. You're going to get more and more medicines until you get complications and eventually die. Is that really all that we have to treat diabetes with, is fancy lasers and cataract surgery and dialysis, or is there a better way? Second question is, I can't seem to lose weight. I am on every diet. I can quote every diet in the book to you. I've done them. I do them well. I'm a committed one, but I just don't seem to shed the pounds. Why is that so? What am I doing wrong? And am I doomed to this life of a little bit fat and then a little bit thinner and even fatter again, and then a little bit thinner and even fatter, and I'm always seem to be on diet, and it's just a horrible situation. What must I do? Then the third question is basically folks that say to me, listen, I'm exercising a lot. I exercise plenty. I do regular exercise. I have a gym membership. I have a personal trainer. I'm really do my thing, and I just don't seem to lose weight. And what's going on there? Can you perhaps help? Is there something we're doing wrong? Is there something we can do better? Now, to the diabetics out there, good news, there is a better way. You are what you eat and how you eat it. So no more treatment taking is the only way to do it. Obesity, good news, there is a better way. You are what you eat and how you eat it. Not just less food and get off the couch with you. There's a much better way, and a much easier way for you. And then the exercise not working situation is, there is a better way. You are what you eat and how you eat it. It's not just about burning away. It's about what you put in and how you do that. So the answer to all these questions is actually balance. There's a Chinese saying that says, somewhere in between 2 arguments, you're going to find the truth. Now, you've heard all the arguments, and I've really researched all these arguments, and every situation, metabolically, medically, dietary, and the science behind all of this. And somewhere in between, I have stumbled upon the truth, and something that's really close to the truth. And it's so exciting that I've devised a new acronym. Basically, it says less is more. Like everything, less is more. Don't do everything to the nth degree. Tone it down a little bit. Get a little bit of balance going, and I will teach you how to use these principles to a leaner, healthier, happier you. Right, less is more. Less is an acronym, LESS. The L stands for low carb, high fat diet, which means cut down on your carbs. The acronym there is switch off your GPS. I'll explain to you what that is about. And get back onto animal fats, animal products, get back onto meat and more healthy foods. The E stands for squashing up your eating window. Now, it's very important to realize that we're not foragers. We're not supposed to just eat all day like it's become. 3 meals a day has become the norm. Even 3 meals a day is wrong. But not only that, we say to diabetics they must eat every 2 hours and little breads and things, and oh, what a mess, what a mess. Our bodies just weren't designed for that. So we need to squash up our eating window and start with what's called intermittent fasting. The first step is a 16-8 fast, which means 16 hours of fasting, 8 hours of eating. You can even push that to OMAD, which is 1 meal a day. And if you can squash it even further, or push that boundary even further, every now and again, push it over 24 hours, we can kick into autophagy, which is an exciting new discovery that we have found metabolically, and we want to tap into that. Then an adjuvant to that E is exercise. Can you see that exercise in all of this plays such a small part? It has a part to play, no doubt. Exercise is good for you, but then it's got to be the right type of exercise. It's got to be cardio, it's got to be resistance weight training. We've got to really do it properly if you want to do it. Exercise has a very secondary role, a very important secondary role in the sense that it gets you outdoors, it gets you to socialize with people, and it gets some sun on you, and you get the vitamin D going, and you breathe a little bit of good air outside, and so on. So it has a place, but it's a very small place, relatively speaking. So the answer doesn't lie with get off the couch and run. The answer is the holistic approach. Exercise is part of that, but relatively small part of that. S, the first S stands for stress. Stress, stress, stress. Our lives are stressed out, and that's driven by our modern society and about all the things that we have to do and commitments that we have to get to. And cortisol is one of those hormones that is produced when you're under stress. And cortisol is a very, very efficient hormone at raising your blood glucose, but it is indiscriminate. It does it at all cost, and that cost is just too much to bear in the long term. It messes with your muscle, it messes with your bone, it messes with your immune system, it messes with your cognitive ability, it messes with your memory, long and short-term memory. So it's really a mess. You don't want to be under permanent cortisol control. You need to take the control back. The second S is sleep. Sleep is a very, very important thing in all of this, because we were designed to have 8 hours of work, 8 hours of play, and 8 hours of sleep. That is the cog of the wheel, is in equal proportion, 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours. And as soon as one of those gets out of sync, the center of the cog moves, and you start not being able to handle it, and eventually it just spirals right out of control, and then nothing works anymore. So sleep's a very important part of that. We're going to discuss that as well. So all work and no play make Jack or Jill a very dull, fat, unhappy, unhealthy boy or girl. So the answer really lies with moderation, getting back to basics, holistic approach. Get into something that's not just a whole lot of medicines and not just treating of complications, but going back to where we started and trying to get back to where we're supposed to be, in a balanced, natural, science-based life. So join me in the next video, where we're going to start taking this whole less is more concept apart, to teach you every step of the way and show you that it's all based in science, and it's doable, cheap, and successful.